Holy crap, internet. Today is Thursday, October the 24th, 2013. I think it has been a full year since I've actually done one of these. But today I'm actually doing one of these for the first time just simply because I got a box in the mail. And I got the box knowing full well what's in it, but I just wanted to show you guys as well. It is from the Conjuring Arts Society. They had a special on some decks. I can't remember the details of the prices, but it was a lot of decks for a really decent price. Some of these decks were collector, some of them were regular run-of-the-mill things, but there was quite a few in the bundle deal. I think it was in time for Halloween. I'll just pull these out and then I'll actually I'll go through them. Oh, they put these styrofoam peanuts in. I hate these things. They just get everywhere. Okay, so right away I'm noticing one difference. Oh, it's actually not a difference, but they came in this nice little card box, which a lot of companies are doing these days, which is really nice. I got a blue one with a red base. I got a regular. I have no idea what's in here. No idea what's in here. It's actually lighter than it should be. We'll go further down. What the heck is this? I'll show you that in a second. And that seems to be it. So let's just get rid of this mess. And I can tell you just by looking at this right away, I know what it is, but I don't recall actually knowing that I would get it in the mail. It's just a notepad, a notebook, or something for taking notes in. Apparently the guys at the Conjuring Arts Society feel that I'm a copious note taker. I'm not. So let's spin the camera around and we'll show you what we got. Okay, so in here, Global Titan. Let's just shove these out of the way so the focus isn't messed up. There we go. I'm noticing what's going on a lot these days with this company in particular is that they're actually putting some thought into the cases that cards go in. I'm not sure if that's a Conjuring Arts thing or not, but here we go. We got some nice little card boxes. A whole bunch of card boxes actually. I don't know why I have these. Expert Card Playing Company, red, silver, metallic blue, gold. There's one more in here. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but that's like a black. Let's just open one. I'm not sure quite what the purpose of this is. In my eyes, these things serve absolutely no purpose whatsoever. That probably goes around this side actually. There you go. It's pretty, it's cute, it's nice, but serves no real function whatsoever other than one extra layer of protection that you need to break your way into in order to get to your deck. Not like the Porper clip that actually does keep things flat and safe. Well, not necessarily safe, but flat anyways. So this is the Erdnase playing cards. I got one of these as a special for ordering everything else. Let's just put all those back in. Shove that off to one side. Box number 1. Lift the lid out. And this is actually pretty good, pretty decent. I'd say more than pretty decent. This is an incredibly sturdy box. So we got a couple Ask Alexander decks. Just go ahead and just pull them all out. A bunch of B playing cards. These are just regular squeezers. Pull these ones out. Another one. Erdnase back by B. Let's just make sure they're all the same here. Yeah, okay, so those go here. Another one of these, along with a couple more of these. So 3 different decks, 4 of each, over here. They're these ones I'm thinking they are. Let's see, they look like regular decks. The ivory finish, that's what I thought they were. If you recall one of my older videos, I got a bunch of these from the Conjuring Arts Society, and the ivory finish essentially is a smooth finish. It's not the air cushion dimpled surface that you'll see on the regular playing cards. I kind of like this finish. I've never used it extensively, but I do like the way it feels. So ivory, ivory. ivory. Let's just do it this way. Air cushion. And I do believe also that there was a trick built into these as well. I can't quite remember what it was. This professional bicycle deck is distributed exclusively by the Conjuring Arts Research Center. It represents the outcome of our constant but ever failing efforts to devise the perfect deck of cards. Well, at least they're humble. And these basically air cushion and ivory. So really, the only deck I'm actually thinking of going to open is one of these things. I don't expect it will handle, like I said, any less stellar than a brand new deck. I can actually get into these things. Of course, it would help if I actually used the little opening seal that it comes with. There we go. Come on. There we go. Get the plastic off my hands. And of course, try not to scratch or ruin the deck. Let's just go ahead and open that nicely. You'll note I didn't cut myself this time. There we go, and right away, you'll notice it is a one-way back. Obviously, I shouldn't have to explain the concept of that to you guys. As any new deck should, it fans nicely. And I'm trying to look in two different places. I gotta make sure I stay on camera and fan at the same time, so it's a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be. Standard deck. Faces are unusual. In that case, just downright, look at that, like this is like, oh, that's just creepy, man. Let's see what these other ones look like. Okay, so here we are. Let's go to the, okay, that one looks the same as, oh no, it looks slightly different. It's this queen, slightly different. I have no idea who these are modeled after, but good lord, they're ugly. Ugh. Regular stock, it feels like. Essentially, it's just a deck of cards. Nothing to write home about, but like I said, it was a good deal. I think in all, the total value of everything here was, I'm not sure how expensive it was, but yeah, there was a pretty significant savings. And the fact that everything is in these card boxes, nice little bonus, a little damage here, but you know, what the heck? What am I gonna complain about? But in a sense, that is it. Let's go ahead and just flip this camera around. So, quick and dirty unboxing. It's a deck of cards. Like, what the heck, you know? There's so many of these vanity decks out these days that it's really hard to keep track. You got the Bucks doing them, you got 311 doing them, you got Illusionists doing them, the Conjuring Art Society is doing them. From what I understand, I think even Murphy's Magic Supplies is getting into it. And it's crazy. It's just like, even the United States Playing Card Company has said that, holy crap, we did not expect it would be like this. As I've always said before, a deck of cards is just a plain old deck of cards. If you like it, use it. If you don't like it, don't use it. It's really, it is what it is. I do have my favorites. My favorites are still some of the more simple, elegant designs that Illusionist has done. Like the Ghost deck is still one of my favorites. And I'm really liking the Arcane White these days as well. What I find really interesting, actually, I'm just looking at these now, is the font seems to be all over the place. It's careless, actually. It's very careless. These Ask Alexander decks, good lord. You would think a little bit more care would have been taken here. I'll show you what I mean. Oh, dude, that's ugly. Here. I'm just fanning through these now, so I didn't notice it until I just started actually looking at it. But yeah, absolutely careless. Holy jeez. Absolutely no care taken in the production of these cards. Fan them. And it's especially noticeable just looking at the pips. Let's turn those around without ruining the fan. Now if you look, on some of them, now I'm looking at my camera screen up here. Let's just go pull back, you know, off to one side here because I'm getting some backlight. You'll notice some of the fonts here, nice and skinny. And then if I'm not mistaken, you get to the 2 and the 3, look how fat that is. That's just ridiculous. But then, here, let's just see, is it true? Look, but look, you have fat on one side, skinny on the other. Now, if that's the case with all the cards, you could almost say, let's see, fat and skinny, fat and skinny, fat and skinny. You could almost say it's a one-way deck. But why the hell would you want a one-way deck with the pips? Like, it serves no purpose whatsoever. Unless, hold on, nope, It serves no purpose whatsoever. I thought perhaps if the fat side, like the fat pip, let's just zoom here, there we go. I thought for a second if the fat pip was up top, it meant that the head was on top. And that might seem the case, but then you get to the ace of diamonds here, the skinny pip's on top, but when you turn it around, the head, you know, it's still the same way. So it's not a one-way face, if that makes sense. It'd be interesting to see if it's like that on all the decks, or just this deck in particular. I would suspect that it's on all the decks. It's very hard to have one deck in a run printed abnormally, especially since how the way the cards are printed these days. Like there's like thousands and thousands of sheets, you know, go through at a time. I would suspect that this printing error or deliberate design or whatever you want to call it has been introduced on all the cards. So I'm not entirely sure what to make of that. That said, you know, I guess I have some unique decks, but I really don't care. Some of these decks are an investment for me, some of them aren't. I still have, believe it or not, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 original of the Black Tigers. We're talking the first editions that were ever printed, the ones that were horrible, the ones that never fanned, the ones that everybody hated. There's only 5,000 of those ever printed because USPC didn't want Brad to print anymore because he didn't think, well, this is a story I'm told anyways, they didn't think that he would go through all those decks. So they said, no, let's just leave it at 5,000 for the time being. That's our run that we usually reserve for special print orders. And of course, we all know how that turned out. Like I said, vanity decks are being done by everybody now. The Black Tiger deck, the one that started it all, the original white, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry if I keep moving, I'm just putting the cards away. The original white pip deck, the very first Black Tiger deck, is no longer being printed, at least not right now. Nobody just wants it. There's all these there's these better, more beautiful, more elegantly designed decks out there that obviously people are like, they're more in demand. So nobody's getting the Tigers, nobody's purchasing the Tigers, and it makes sense. Like things come and go. Sure, maybe in 10, 15 years there might be a resurgence, but I doubt it. But at the same time, as I was saying, I have 5 or 6 decks, unopened decks I might add, of the original Tigers. I honestly not sure what they're valued at. Where would I go to find that kind of value, with the exception of eBay? eBay is not really a good litmus test for finding value of something, only because people pay what they want to pay. I've seen some really good books on eBay. You know, one auction will go for like, you know, $300 for a book. The next auction, $100. So it's really kind of hard to judge, you know, what a book is worth or what anything is worth using eBay alone. I do have a friend, Lee Asher, is actually a member of the, I'm not sure if it's the playing, like, he's a member of a playing cards society. Yeah, the decks, collectible or not, who knows what they're worth. Basically, you know, they're worth what the market wants them to be worth. So if you want a Black Tiger deck, I'm not ready to sell yet. Eventually, they might. In, you know, 20 or 30 years, who knows what they might be worth, because let's face it, there's only 5,000 of those decks printed. Most of the people use them, threw them away as garbage. You know, they're crap. Nobody's really, you know, thought to keep them. So there's probably very few of those left. I'd say maybe just a couple hundred that are actually like in good mint condition and still sealed. So if they're out there, if they exist, those people are, you know, they have a nice little, you know, a night out on the town sitting on their dresser. My name's David Mitchell. As usual, you guys have a really good day, and I will see you soon.